This is 24-hour News 8 at 5:30 with Brian Sterling, Susan Shaw, and meteorologist Kyle Underwood.
It's been a wild ride, but it's been a journey well worth taking to be able to do my part to strengthen the American idea.
Today, a major shift in Washington. Republican House Speaker Paul Ryan says he won't be seeking re-election. He made that announcement today, catching fellow lawmakers by surprise.
This all comes as the country is waiting to see whether President Trump will take military action against Syria. NBC's Blaine Alexander has the story for us tonight.
Well, Brian, Sue, let's first start with House Speaker Paul Ryan. His team says that he does not have plans to run for any other office in the future. Paul Ryan says that he is leaving Washington after 20 years to make his family top priority. Today, the most powerful Republican in Congress announcing he is leaving. House Speaker Paul Ryan says he will retire in January to spend more time with his family.
If I am here for one more term, my kids will only have ever known me as a weekend dad. I just can't let that happen.
From his colleagues in the halls of Congress.
Yeah, I was surprised. Paul's going to be missed.
He's a great leader, but he's going to work hard until the very, very end.
Ryan insisting his departure is personal, not political, even though Republicans could lose their majority in the midterms. And he says it has nothing to do with President Trump, who today called Ryan a truly good man.
Thank you all very much, everybody.
The president ignoring questions on that and his response to the chemical attacks in Syria. But on Twitter, forecasting U.S. strikes on Syria, warning the country's ally, get ready, Russia, because missiles will be coming. Russia hitting back, saying we don't take part in Twitter diplomacy. President Putin saying we hope common sense prevails. Some in Congress urging the U.S. to take tough action against Syria's leader.
He needs to go big because Assad has defied the president, he's defied the international community, he's defied human decency, and now's the time for this guy to pay a heavy, heavy price.
Defense Secretary James Mattis meeting at the White House today as the administration continues to finalize its strategy. And back to Speaker Ryan, he says that he does not believe that his retirement will affect any other Republican races this November. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, 24-hour News 8.
Due to your forecast now, we've got some harsh weather headed our way for the weekend.
Storm Team 8 meteorologist Kyle Underwood is in with a look at the extended forecast now. Kyle?
Yeah, you know, with every kind of weather scenario, it seems like I can always find somebody who likes cold, rainy days or likes a snowstorm. I haven't heard any positive comments about what we have coming our way this weekend because we have rain, we have snow, we have freezing rain, and that by itself, okay, not a huge deal, but given the April we've had so far, it's time for a warm-up. Now, we are warmer now, and we have warmer weather coming our way tomorrow, but that's little comfort because we are on pace right now for the coldest April ever. Now, I think things are going to change here toward the end of the month, and we're not going to break a record. At least we won't come in as the coldest, but that's where we sit right now. Yikes. It's really cool out there. It's been very cool. Today's highs were in the mid-50s, and we were 1 degree cooler than normal today. This is our warmest so far this month, mid-50s, but we'll be in the 60s tomorrow, so we'll break that streak finally. Currently, it's 57 here, or we hit 57, I should say, here in Battle Creek today, and we were into the low 60s. Current temps just a few degrees warmer than where we topped out today. Storm Track live with our next system here off to the west. This is going to be all rain for us, at least here in West Michigan. It's a warm front, and as this warm front pushes through, we might actually see a thunderstorm in later tonight. Here's the warmth. This is going to be with us tomorrow. That 60-degree air mass here. In fact, south of Kalamazoo, I think we could be in the low 70s if we get a little bit of sunshine in the mix. Futurecast now. Increasing cloud cover. In comes the rain, but not until midnight or after. And then as the warm front pushes in, see that more intense rainfall, I think we could see an isolated thunderstorm with that as it pushes through. And then the rest of Thursday should be dry. Here's the 8-day forecast now. Friday's going to be wet, especially late in the day. Kind of hit and miss showers, mainly north of Grand Rapids in the morning. The bulk of Friday afternoon should be wet, though, 56. Much cooler, falling temps, in fact, here on Saturday. 100% chance of rain, and then cooler weather. Rain mixed with snow to all snow. Minor accumulations are possible here on Saturday. And I want to break down this weekend storm here, focusing on Saturday afternoon and Sunday morning. I think we've got a good shot at seeing a pretty widespread area of freezing rain affecting areas north of Grand Rapids. A lot more rain here to the south, and then we're talking about a whopper snowstorm, across northern Michigan and parts of the Upper Peninsula, I think we've got a shot at seeing 2 feet of snow. 2 feet of snow here in the middle of April across northern Michigan. And of course, here in West Michigan, yes, we have that rain chance, but we're focused on the freezing rain too. And I think some ice, notice the text box there, some ice possible in Kent, Ottawa, Ionia counties, but I think the freezing rain event chances increase as you head up toward Big Rapids. So we're watching this one carefully.
That bears watching, yeah.
A lot of variables. These things, 50 miles can really throw these things out of whack. So I'd just say stay tuned to future forecasts because we're getting more information in all the time on this.
Done.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Authorities say a suburban Detroit police officer shot and killed a man who sped away from a traffic stop. It happened in Royal Oak last night. Police say an officer pulled over a car for a traffic violation around 6 o'clock. That's when the driver took off. The officer spotted the car a short time later in a fast food drive-thru. The driver tried to flee again, and that's when bullets began to fly. Witnesses who saw it all happen spoke about what led up to the incident.
And we saw the cop roll up to White Castle, and we saw him get out and draw his gun.
Immediately?
Immediately, yeah. And we heard 4 or 5 gunshots.
It sounded like firecrackers, and I look over and I see the cop shooting at the car multiple times, and then the car speeds off.
The case is under investigation. The officer involved has been placed on administrative leave.
President Trump is battling sex trafficking with new legislation that was signed into law today. The new law is named Fight Online Sex Trafficking Act of 2017. It passed Congress with near unanimous support. It gives prosecutors stronger tools to go after internet sites that knowingly host sex trafficking content.
If we work together, we can get the criminal traffickers off our streets and off of the internet. We can bring safety and hope to every community across the country, and we can create a culture that respects the dignity of every child of God.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says nearly 90% of the trafficking of children occurs online. A major construction project is set to begin next week in West Michigan.
Coming up, our very own Traffic Tom has all the details for us, plus what you can expect along I-96 all summer long.
Ahead for us, the president previews a missile attack on Syria and taunts Russia as the world braces for what comes next. Also, pop star Mariah Carey on years of hiding her struggle with mental illness. The story tonight on NBC Nightly News.
Here's a live look at the roads in Grand Rapids as it warms up. Construction season, of course, gearing up in West Michigan.
And a project scheduled to start 1 week from today will impact thousands of drivers.
24-hour News 8's Tom Hillen is here to help you prepare.
Yeah, this is going to be a big project that will affect thousands upon thousands of drivers. This will go into place, the closure of eastbound I-96 at Alpine Avenue 1 week from today, and that closure will remain in place through mid-June. The detour that MDOT will have posted is to exit onto southbound US 131, take that to eastbound I-196, where then you will reconnect with I-96 right there by the East Beltline. Now, during this project, MDOT will be replacing and redoing the road, but also working on bridges between Alpine and Plainfield. So that's where that closure will extend all the way through to Plainfield Avenue. So you also will not be able to get on northbound US 131 at this time from eastbound I-96, and you won't be able to get off of either northbound or southbound US 131 to eastbound I-96. So again, going to be a big traffic impact because tens of thousands of people take I-96 in that stretch, but also it will add all of that traffic to the already very congested southbound US 131.
Even when all lanes are open during rush hour, things get bogged down. So when you take away lanes or when you have a full closure, of course, that's going to disperse traffic, and it's going to get a lot heavier in places. And like you were saying, Tom, 147,000 cars a day in this area, so this area is continuing to grow. We haven't seen numbers like that in a long time.
So again, this project will start 1 week from today, running through about mid-June, and then MDOT will switch to the westbound lanes, and those will close for an extended period of time as well. In Grand Rapids, Tom Hillen, 24-hour News 8.
Coming up next at 6, new information just coming into our newsroom. There are now PFAS water concerns in Battle Creek. We're going to walk you through what we're learning next.
And murder charges announced 2 months after a 16-year-old was found dead in the woods. We'll show you the evidence police have against the suspects. It's all coming up at 6 o'clock.
TV. This is 24-hour News 8.
We have solved and can tell the public what happened to Mujay.
Now at 6, charges filed 77 days after a teen went missing. A man has been charged with her